Transparent with you, I did not think you won the fight from a scorecard perspective, and I think the official scorecard of the broadcast, just being 100% honest, are you surprised by the scorecards? Did you not think as well for being 100% honest?
No,
Yo, it's your boy Jet Sanders, and that right there is the weasel, the worm known as Ariel Helwani. Now, why are we talking about this fucking dude today? Well, him and Sean Strickland recently had some disagreements, and it's mostly because Sean Strickland apologized to Chimaev after the fight, and Chimaev, of course, also apologized back, forgave each other, being good men, sportsmen. Hey, we fought, we said bad things to each other, but we can move along now that we've had this dispute. Well, what does this guy, Mr. Helwani, think about that? The guy, let's hear what Mr. Helwani has to say.
And I'd like to apologize to Sean Strickland. I went too far yesterday. I went too far. I got caught up, heat of the moment. My emotions get the best of me. Criticized him for the pre-fight banter. Criticized him for the apology about the pre-fight and the post-fight. I just want to apologize from, one American to another. Let me tell you something, you guys. That's what real Americans do. That's what real men do. We apologize when we take it too far, when we cross the... I'm just joking. I'm not going to apologize because I said nothing wrong. I said nothing wrong. When the heat gets a little too hot in the kitchen, you don't back down and apologize. You stand by what you say. And especially when you're talking about someone's character and family and religion, you don't change your stance because you went 25 minutes with them. You don't tell the people that you've just been hoodwinked. You got them hook, line, and sinker, and it was just to sell the fight. That wasn't real. That's not what I'm all about. No, absolutely not. We don't apologize for anything that we've said.
Okay, very weird take. So in his mind, for you to be a real man, you have to stand by everything that you've said. You can never be wrong. And if you are wrong, you cannot admit to being wrong. So if you are wrong, you cannot learn from that. You gotta live with it. You have to be a fucking asshole forever. There's no growth for you. There's no room for that. According to Ariel, you have to be a fucking worm to basically be a man. Well, I might not be the biggest man, the brightest man, but I do know that apologizing is one of the biggest showings of maturity. Being able to say, hey, I was wrong, I apologize. And not just that, man. They went to war. They fought for 25 minutes, just like old girl was saying, Nina Drama. I loved her response, and if y'all ain't heard it, I got a little clip here y'all can check out real fast.
I wasn't gonna say anything because it's not really my place. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. Because in this, I don't have to agree with everything that Sean says, but in this I do agree with Sean. Privately, Sean and I talk about the things that we disagree on all the time. Publicly, I'm not gonna go out there and denounce everything he says that I don't agree with. I don't do that. And people either agree with me or they don't agree with me. I don't care. But for this, I don't know. This whole take that Ariel has on Sean is wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And it's insane. It's like this entire fight week, all you do is chastise Sean, talking about how, how can you say these things? How can you go this far? How can you take it too far? When is enough enough? And now that Sean apologized, now you're going to get on him for apologizing for the things he said, saying that, oh, only men, they double down and they mean what they say. They don't backtrack. No, men take accountability for the things that they say when they're wrong. And they take accountability for the things that they do when they're wrong. That's what a real man is. You had 2 warriors that got into an octagon. They fought for 25 minutes. They fought their hearts out. And in the end, you have Khamzat being an incredible sportsman after everything that was said between both sides, wrapping the belt around Sean himself. And Sean apologizing and saying he went too far. And you're mad about that? In a time when the world we live in, all we are is divided. You have Israel and Palestine, an actual human rights crisis going on. You're going to be mad that 2 men from different faiths, different religions, different beliefs, different backgrounds, coming together and making amends over something? Or for Sean apologizing for something that he did?
So basically, kind of confirming what, you know, my stance is if you are a man, you are mature enough to apologize, you know, to ask for forgiveness. And it's really up to Khamzat if he wanted to forgive him or not. And I've seen other fighters like Sean Brady who said, nah, that's not okay. Well, to me, man, I just feel like that's a little bit of insecurity. Because the only time where a bad blood fight ended in continuous beef was McGregor and Khabib. Every other beef that we've ever seen has always ended in handshakes, hugs, all the time. Strickland versus Izzy, you know? Fucking, I was watching The Guru earlier. He pointed out Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw. They hugged it out afterwards, and they had a bad blood feud too, you know? And I just think that this guy right here, this guy only makes these things, says these things for clips, you know, and he's a worm. He doesn't care about the fighters. He only cares about himself. That's why he always repeats, I'm just a journalist. That's why whenever the fighters come after him, like, hey, dude, you twisted what I said, or you clipped this part and didn't include this part or whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm just a journalist. You can't get mad at me because I'm just a journalist. You're the fighter. And he always turns into this fucking worm, and then he goes and calls them cowardly for being apologetic towards each other, which, again, shows what kind of fucking guy this dude is. To call two men that went to war with each other. And again, this is another side that this guy's never been in a fight, never been in any kind of combat training, anything like that, or sport at all. Anytime you've had a rival or you've had indifferences with somebody, you go in there, you spar with them, you're usually cool with them afterwards. And if you're not, then I don't know why dude's still mad, bro. Like, something wrong, bro. But, like, even still, it's usually all love at the end of it. I used to, when I was boxing, bro, I used to spar with the homies, and, like, we would go at it in the ring, dude. And then at the end of it, it was all love, man. And see, that's the kind of things that Ariel just ain't fucking never done or used to. He ain't never fucking gone in there face to face with another person and had that out. He's never done that. And for him to continuously run to, oh, wow, I'm just a journalist, as an excuse for him to be such a fucking worm, it's lame, dude. It's fucking lame, you know. And then he goes on, and I'm not a fan of Ali. I am not a fan. But he goes on and calls this guy a leech. He calls Ali a leech. But, dude, and at the end of the day, you are still making a living. You've made a career off of these fighters, and in your own words, you said it. I was here before you. I'll be here after. Basically saying you don't care about these fighters. You care about you, about your own growth. There was no room for you to be a journalist in any other fucking space. So here you are wiggling into the MMA world before it got big, and now you are the biggest fucking face of it. You saw an in and you went in. And now you're up there. So congrats, Ariel, you fucking worm. But anyways, man, I just had to go off on this fucking guy. I know a lot of you guys don't like him. I mean, I'm personally, I don't like him. I think he asks some good questions. There's some good interviews. He has some good content. But overall, this guy, I mean, get a load of this fucking clown. But, you know, anyways, that's it. That's all. I had to get that off my chest. And we had to get a little discussion out the fucking way about this fucking dude. But I'll get some predictions coming here soon for the fight night coming up, and also the MVP card. Y'all stay tuned and y'all keep it around, because y'all already know we go down. Anyways, it's your boy Jed Sanders here. Like and subscribe. And if you fuck with my content, I fuck with you. And until next time, peace.